Around the world, there are more than 1,500 active volcanoes. They promise a combination of stunning scenery and mortal danger. And there are some people who need their fix of both. This is nature's greatest show, and these are the people watching it. They are a dedicated band of thrill seekers on a quest for the ultimate adventure experience.
Wow.
Join them on an extreme vacation to some of the hottest destinations on the planet. But the Cold War is over now. Kamchatka is open for business.
So, how many hours driving?
New Zealander Geoff Mackley and Isamu Kitafuji from Japan are two volcano hunters planning an expedition to one of Kamchatka's explosive volcanoes. But Karimsky volcano is extremely remote. The expedition requires meticulous planning.
And last week they upgraded Shavulich volcano to red.
That's the most active.
They're typical of the modern volcano hunter, prepared to go to any lengths to get to an eruption.
Over the years, I've met a number of interesting people when I've been travelling to volcanoes. The same very few people who seem to make a full-time holiday out of chasing volcanoes. One man in particular,
Hello.
a Japanese man
This is the best way to protect from the mosquitoes.
who actually works for United Airlines, Isamu Kitafuji.
Good idea, isn't it?
I met him in Japan several years ago. I was trying to sneak into the exclusion zone of the Usu volcano, which was actually erupting in the middle of a town, and met up with him trying to do the same thing. Since then, I've been to a number of volcanoes with him, and he's very, very passionate about volcanoes.
I have been traveling most of the places in the world to observe the volcano mountains erupting. The volcano behind me is called Volcan Fuego of Colima. I think I have seen active volcanoes about 20, 30, including Tonga, Montserrat, and even in Africa. And I don't remember how many mountains I have visited.
I'm going to take a few steps this way, sir.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Take one more step.
I'm so much excited, so my legs are shaking. Woo! When I was about 10 years old, I was interested in watching the film of the volcanoes. That tempted me and fascinated me to watch the volcano, actual eruptions since that time.
In 30 years, Isamu has amassed over 200 hours of video footage, sometimes using some unorthodox techniques.
Goes to extraordinary lengths to get pictures. I've even seen him connect a telescope to a video camera to get closer pictures, something I didn't even know was possible. I've seen him put up a cordon tape in a town that we were in filming a volcano because the locals were walking in front of his camera and he was getting upset with it.
Some volcanoes don't just ooze lava, they explode with atomic force. When the island of Krakatoa erupted in 1883, the noise was so loud it was heard in the heart of Australia, thousands of miles away. Pyroclastic flows roared across the ocean, and a staggering 36,000 were killed as tidal waves smashed into surrounding islands. It was the equivalent of 20 Mount St. Helens eruptions all going off at once. Krakatoa itself was obliterated in the explosion, leaving behind an undersea crater 700 feet deep in place of a mountain 6,000 feet high. Today, a new volcano, Anak Krakatoa, is growing out of the remains of the old one. Around it, fragments of the original are all that remain. It's one of the most dangerous tourist spots on Earth. Even the mighty Krakatoa doesn't scare Isamu. Determined to capture its fury on camera, he is one of only a few who would dare to get close enough to film an eruption.
I'd like to show you this eruption day and night. Probably we can get more closer at night, and I show you all the eruptions of Krakatoa 1999.
Next, Mount Etna gives as good as she gets. When the show begins, it quickly builds into a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Luck is on their side. With the wind blowing away from them, they can stand their ground and keep the camera rolling.
This is fantastic. It's unbelievable. I just haven't got the words to explain.
It was just the most spectacular show I've ever seen in my whole life.
John and Geoff had the best tickets, but they weren't the only ones to catch the show, with Geoff's old friend from Japan just a few hundred feet down the mountain.
I'm going to show you the eruption of Mount Etna 2000. It has been erupting with Strombolian type with a lava flow.
落ちたら終わり、落ちたら死んじゃう。OK、これも溶岩流れてます。はい、溶岩流のすぐ近くにあります。歩いてます。下は溶岩がドロドロと流れています。これから溶岩の上を歩きます。下は溶岩です。これが溶岩です。下流れています。足がもう熱くてたまりません。これが溶岩の流れの中です。夏休み。足が燃えてます。足が燃えてます。この下からこれが溶岩出ています。溶岩です。But now, every 5 to 10 days, for 30 minutes,
a strong eruption like fountain of fire.
As the volcano's magma chamber emptied, the eruption died away.
Whoa, look at that.
It was the most breathtaking eruption most can remember. But Etna saved her best trick for last. So the next time you visit a volcano, watch carefully. You too could have a front row seat to the greatest show on Earth.
This is the Japanese thermometer I got on this trip from Japan, and I'm going to open it and I'm going to measure how the temperature of this water coming up to 52. I think today maximum 52. Still hot, but not too hot.